every week it gets more intense. Every week I try harder, train harder. We train according. So if there's something that needs to be tweaked, refined, worked on, we'll do that. Um, yeah, man, it's trial and error. The training, it's hard to say because it goes up and down. Sometimes it gets harder. Sometimes it's fair. It's hard to say, man. That's my coach's job. Ask my coach that question. But it's gotten harder in some ways, but I feel stronger. So it's weird. Some days it seems rough, and some days, and I want to say this carefully because when my coach sees this, he's gonna be like, "Oh, that shit wasn't hard." He's gonna fuck me up. But as I get stronger, some days I just feel like a fucking superhero. Like I'm fucking busting my ass. I'm breathing heavy. I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety. I want to quit, but then I immediately get this like charged up with pride, and I'm just like, I don't fucking quit. I'm fucking built for this shit, and I just push it, and I push it, and I push it, and I make my coaches happy. I make myself happy. I make my team happy. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if it's the way I deal with stress and anxiety, because I don't feel anything. Honestly, I don't feel shit. I feel emotionless. I'm sure tomorrow. I'm sure when I get to the building, the energy is gonna pick up. I'm sure. This is the way I predict it, based on myself and times I've competed. I'm not gonna feel shit till I get there. Then when I get there, I'm gonna feel hungry. I'm gonna want to sink my teeth into somebody. I'm gonna want to fight. And then when they start tying my shit up, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I still want to fight, but this is a little nervous. You know what I mean? And I'm sure as I'm walking down, I'm gonna be nervous. I'm gonna see the crowd for the first time. I'm gonna see the people. I know I'm gonna be locked in that cage, but I know me and I know how I prepare. And each step, I'm gonna get more and more focused and less afraid. More and more, because I know I'm getting closer to the beast. And when you face the beast, you can't show any weakness. And when I face the beast, I don't have any weaknesses by that point. I'm a human being until I step in that cage, and then I'm fucking, I don't know. They're just not me anymore. I'm something else. I'm something I've been building. I'm a weapon. Plain and simple. And weapons don't think. They just execute. They produce. You know what I mean? When I think about that question, it's a little weird because I feel really prepared. I believe I prepared. I believe I worked really hard. But maybe it's the critical part of me that feels like maybe there was something more I could have done. That's the things I stress. I don't stress, oh, I got to fight tomorrow in front of people. I'm like, was my cardio good enough? Was his cardio a little better? You know what I mean? Did he put in more hours than me? I think like that, So I don't think, even when you're prepared, I don't think you fully feel prepared because, we're human beings. So you got to learn to control your own emotions. But I do feel prepared. I feel prepared for this kid. I don't think he's the caliber of fighter I am. I honestly believe that. So if I lose tomorrow, I fucking deserved it, and I did it to myself. There's no way I could lose tomorrow unless I beat myself. This dude I'm fighting, no disrespect to him, because I respect anybody I guess in that cage, but I definitely don't look at him and feel we're on the same level, not at all. So, to be 100% honest with you, I feel like the fight's a bit of a tune-up fight, like it's a fight designed for me to win, you know what I mean? Not that the kid was handpicked, but I've seen the dude before. So when I found out I could possibly be matched up with him, and then I found out I was being matched up with him, it was like, let's do this, because I felt like I could beat this dude before training. And now I've had a fight camp. So if I lose, I'm going to kick myself in the ass. I'm not going to lose tomorrow. And I feel prepared. I'm definitely prepared for him. As far as prepared for the fight game, I feel like there's tons of shit to work on. And I feel like I want my cardio even higher. You know what I mean? My cardio's in a good place, but fuck that. I want it better than that. I want to have the cardio of the little guys. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that big dude that forgets he's a big dude, So, but for the most part, for the task and the job at hand, I'm very, very, very prepared. I'm going to keep it simple. And I'm going to do what I do, which is fight, man, defend myself, not back down, prove myself, I feel dormant. That's why I got the nickname the Sleeping Giant. So as of tomorrow, it's like I'm being born, Tomorrow I free and escape from the Matrix. First fight. I'm here, Sleeping Giant. Team Believe, MMABUG, Workout Bullies. Foes up. Love you, cuz. I guess I never really thought about how I want to be remembered because I got so much to do. But when people do got to remember me, I guess I just want them. Shit, I never thought that. I guess I don't care. Not to be disrespectful. I guess I do care. Like, I want to leave things behind. I want to create a legacy. But I guess I live so much in the now. You know, I haven't really thought about, I feel like there's so much things ahead. So instead of saying how I want them to remember me, I could say how I know they're going to remember me. And they're going to remember me for being a guy who, you know, did what he wanted to do and didn't let things stop him, and who worked hard and achieved some cool things, you know? It takes certain kind of individuals to walk on these mats every day. You know, I'm one of those people. Of course I got the love and the passion and dedication, desire. Without Team Believe. Believe in being you and do whatever it takes to be you. I expected the jitters to be a lot worse. I feel I did a good job of staying composed. But I wouldn't say the jitters didn't play a role. The jitters definitely made me hold back a little bit, I felt. In the first round, you know, I was not so much pulling the trigger. I was more defending, evading, which you should, cutting angles and trying to counter. But then when I came forward after doing so, fighting for the center, you know, I didn't feel I established my range the way I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was going to have my range established quite early. So that's expectation versus reality. You know what I mean? I didn't really get to let my hands go to the second and third round because the jitters played that role. But what I can say is that I guess I expected the jitters. I don't know. I've seen some people like really be sick to their stomach and just go through terrible things. And I'm so grateful that through meditation, through relaxation, through mental preparation, I felt like I had my nerves under control to the best degree you could hope for, you know, so I felt okay with that. That was cool. Another expectations versus reality was that, not to disrespect my opponent, but I didn't think he was going to be that difficult. And he turned out to be a bad mofo, you know what I mean? He came at me hard, strong. He tried to take my fucking head off. You know, he was swinging to knock me out and clean my clock. You know, but I had confidence in my teachers and my defense and the things we worked on, and so I kept it cool, you know. But throughout the whole time, I knew one mistake could be the end because I knew this guy was threatening, you know. He fought way better than I expected him to fight. He also had an attitude. I don't know if it was my show, see the shit talking, my interview. But I definitely felt like he came to that fight like, man, like I was a target. He was pissed. He was talking shit before we got in there. And then he was talking shit while I was talking with the ref. When we went face to face, he gave me like the hardest look. And I remember thinking like, all right, he got balls because he's trying to intimidate me. But immediately in my head, I was like, let's see if he got heart. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's really good, you know? So that shit didn't back me down. It just made me more, you know, more hungry, more inspired. And then the fight started and this fucker didn't touch gloves. He's fucking threw a kick in my stomach and fucking a 4-piece haymaker at my head. Blocked them all, clinched up, you know what I'm saying? And then the fight began. So I didn't expect that. I thought we were gonna touch gloves, you know? I thought we was gonna establish a jab. Like, nah, it was a fucking war from as soon as the bell started. This fucker just came straight at me with everything he had. And I kept my composure, I played it cool. You know, I avoided any trouble. I think I pushed the pace. I think I won the first round outside of the fact at the end of the first round, I fucked up. I did a stupid move. It was just not a way you react to a combo. I did like a little stupid like lean back and shit instead of good defense and footwork. And it cost me because I leaned back and he followed up with a straight punch after the first punch I dodged and it dropped me and it scored as a knockdown. He didn't drop me by stunning me, hurt me. By no means was that punch even that, you know, special. But, you know, a knockdown is a knockdown. I lost the round because of that. And when I stood up, I was like, fuck, you fucking idiot. You just ruined all that hard work. Like the whole first round, you know, I kept trying to make sure I could close that round out. And I blew it at the end. So when I was in that chair and I'm just like, fuck, you know, fuck. It's time to turn it up. That's when I knew it's time to take risks. It's time to get ugly. It's time to make it a dog fight. And, you know, I knew win or lose, I was going to make it a bad day for this dude. And second round came out and boom, I established my range. And once I established my range, I just was all over him. I wouldn't stop. You know, I hurt him a couple times, which kind of sent him running, or he, you know, crunched a little bit. And I just kept putting pressure. I was feeling him weathering. I was feeling him slowing down. And I knew that this kid was too tough and too dangerous to let off of him. I mean, you shouldn't let off of anybody, but especially not someone, you know, good like that. Like he was a lot better than expected, honestly. He was fucking tough, man. And I knew at any second the fight could be over if I made the wrong mistake because that kid didn't hit soft. That kid had knockout power, you know? But lucky thing, my defense held up and my footwork held up and my coach's teachings held up and I didn't eat nothing clean. So, you know, I didn't have to worry about, you know, if I could eat his shots or not. So that was beautiful. I didn't take no damage in that fight whatsoever except damage to myself offensively. I really bruised my shin real bad, kicking the shit out of that fucker. His legs were really strong, but you know, it worked. First round, he got that knockdown. Second round, I knew I had to turn shit up. Fucking started throwing leg kicks. I mean, when I threw those leg kicks, in the first round, I knew I hurt my leg. When I went those leg kicks, I mean, the pain shot up, and I told myself, all right, adrenaline's gonna hold me down for 15, 20 minutes. These rounds is just a few minutes. This shit ain't nothing. You'll get through it. You got a couple good kicks, make them count. And make him fucking everything you got. And when I kicked him, yo, I tried to break his leg. I tried to fucking break that fucking leg, bro. And he caught a good check on one of those, man. And, you know, but yeah, second round it came. I fucking timed it right. I seen him about to kick, and I was like, now's the time. Bam! I kicked him so fucking hard, kicked his feet out, he dropped. And it was great. It was great. He tried to get up, he fell again. And it was because obviously that leg kick did some good amount of damage. And then right after that, I'd say 30 seconds later, I hit him to the body with something. I mean, I fucking felt his ribs, his spine, like that shit went deep, man. And that's the moment that I knew I had him. That was the moment that I knew that as long as I didn't fuck up, as long as I didn't stop the pressure, you know, it was my time. It's time to go pitbull. And that's when I was just fucking all over him. I just kept pursuing him. The more he ran, the more I pursued, the more I fucking threw, you know, shots at him. And it worked out, you know. I weathered him in that second round. And in the third round, flash KO, baby. Stiff jab. Got USKBA KO tonight, which is, it's amazing. It's amazing to win your first fight. Then it's even more amazing to win by knockout. Then a flash knockout, and then you get knockout at night. So expectations versus reality, I would say I expected to do pretty good. You know, I expected to win to a degree where you should. You should have confidence and believe you could win. But I also was not naive or overconfident, and I knew if I made any of those classic mistakes, it was going to cost me, you know? And I knew you could get caught. So I want to hurt the guy before he could hurt me. And so expectations versus reality is, you know, I expected it to go okay, you know? And it went even better. It went like magical. It was a special night. It was amazing. I mean, it was fucking... Can't describe that feeling of a walk-off knockout. It's everything I've ever dreamed of all these years I fantasized about being a fighter. I've seen myself walk off knockout over and over. And to fucking land that, it's great, man. It's great. So I didn't expect the kid to be so tough. He was a bad motherfucker. Expected it to go well, but I didn't expect it to be fucking amazing. So yeah, expectations versus reality, man. Never know what to expect. As far as future plans, you know, my shit's still, I have a plan, but it's gonna be a plan that's adaptive. And already, I have to make changes. Fighting this kid, I'm 5'10", came in the fight at 230. He was 6'3", 265. And I didn't think it was gonna make that much of a difference because I fought big guys in grapple tournaments, but it did, you know? It made a difference in the fact that it was fucking frustrating. You know, I wanted to cook in the kitchen, I wanted to bang, let's fight. And he just kept trying to muscle me and use his size against me. So, you know, it made me think, like, that's never gonna stop. If I stay at heavyweight, it's never gonna stop. Not to mention, looking at my body, I could lose another 20, 30 pounds easily, you know? I wanna get more fit. So, next fight, it should definitely be at light heavyweight. How long I'll stay in light heavyweight, I don't know, because I may even move down to middleweight. But as of right now, for sure, we're going to light heavyweight. And I'm still gonna fight a K1. I wanna get a K1 title shot, get the K1 belt, and then I wanna go into MMA. So you guys will definitely get to see me do MMA, but you guys gotta take a couple more K1 fights first, and I wanna get that championship. I wanna be a fucking champion. I mean, why else do this? You know, I want that gold. And do whatever I gotta do to get it. That means I gotta work hard, train hard, and I gotta hurt some people. God forgive me. But that guy's there to hurt me too, so I don't feel bad, you know?
Watch my show.
Oh, yeah. As far as how the show's going great. The show's going real good. You know, the show, it's going even better than expected, I guess, because I didn't realize how many people it was gonna touch. And, you know, before that fight and after that fight, I had a couple moments where I got a little emotional. Because, you know, people around me seem to be really touched and captivated by my story, and they really want to see me do good. You know, and when you get that love, it's just like, wow, you know? How would you expect that you can touch so many people's lives, you know? I'm getting comments like, you're inspirational, and that's amazing because I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the other people that inspired me. And because that I choose to be inspired, you know? We all capable of doing amazing things. It's just so many people don't realize they can because they think they can't. They think I'm not special. They think, you know, this person was lucky or this person was special. It's not. You just gotta know what you want, and you gotta work towards getting it. And you gotta continue to build yourself and build momentum and choose to always stay inspired. And everything just falls into place, you know? I'm 32 years old. And I feel like I'm 21, you know? Feel better than ever. I'm just really grateful for the show and this opportunity to show other people that they can be that too, you know? I had a close friend refer to me as a hero. Right now, like, I'm trying not to get emotional about it because that's a big role, you know? And it's a beautiful thing. You know, everybody needs that, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to be reminded that we're all special. You just gotta know it and believe it. And then, you know, special things happen. Shouts out to MMABUG for producing this show. Shout out feels a little weird because I'm also MMABUG. So shout out to myself too. But no, you know, I love my MMABUG crew. Shout out to Always Ready Eddie. Shout out to the little ninja Jane. Shout out to the big guy Steve Mandy. Shout out to everyone else involved. Alicia Giatris, Chris Foster, Ashley Vasey. You know, our squad is a very big, happy family. Keep watching the show. Tune into the podcast, please. And please subscribe, man. We can't do this without you guys. If anybody thinks I'm inspirational, thinks I'm a good role model, then you need to spread this because people need that shit. People need to know, you know, people need that inspiration. We live in a world where so many people are stagnant. Stop that shit. Stop being stagnant. Do something that fucking gets your blood boiling. Do something that makes you smile, that makes you happy. You know what I mean? So spread this, share this, subscribe. You know what I mean? Just keep this momentum going, man. Because I don't just do this for me. I do this for you guys, you know? When I go out there, I know I'm not human. I know I could be knocked out. I know I could be beaten. I could be destroyed. I know I'm not half as good as some of these guys, and I'll still fight them. You know why? Because I know that none of that matters. Anybody could win. And you just got to believe it. You just got to work towards it, and you got to make it happen. I could go into a fight with less skills than another man, be half as strong as another man, and still defeat that man. That is an amazing thing, man. You know, today I was at a jiu-jitsu seminar with one of my professors, Joe Morera, and he kept stressing that. You know, that's what's beautiful about jiu-jitsu, that it shows you that when you're down or when you're faced with these fucking massive obstacles and odds, it don't mean nothing. You can still defeat. You could defeat gods. Gods could bleed. You know what I'm saying? You could move mountains. You could fucking do anything, man. And I did this part as an experiment to see what would happen. You know, I knew I could fail in front of you guys. I wasn't afraid to. So don't be afraid to fail, because you can't win if you're afraid to lose. You know, some people don't try anything because they're afraid of failure. They're afraid to lose, but you already lost because you didn't try. What if you win? What if you win? So fucking go out there and do what you love. Do what you're passionate about. And shouts out to Team Believe, because we're all about that, and we're all about just being helpful, being positive, and you know, putting good things out there. There's too much tragedy in this world, too much ugliness. So even as fighters, even as, you know, badass warriors that do this and do that, you still gotta be a good person. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be a role model in the sense of, you know, inspire people. And you know how you inspire people? Just do something difficult. Do something that makes you uncomfortable, and get comfortable with the uncomfortable. You know, I got a friend, Robert. Shouts out to you, Robert, Team Believe. Recently, he did 4 BJJ tournaments in one weekend. He didn't win them all, but you know what? To me, he's a badass. That's inspirational. He inspired me. He did 4 tournaments. Like, who steps up to that challenge, you know? I fought a dude who was twice my size. I didn't have to. I could have waited till I got to light heavy, middle. But I wanted to show that you can do these things. You can do these things. You can. So go do them. Team Believe, MMABUG, Sleeping Giant, Workout Bullies. Let's get this. I'll be back, guys, with some more.